What's going on, everybody? Today, Fairy Tale 314 came out, and I gotta say, this is a pretty surprising chapter. It's not very often that I'm surprised by a manga chapter, but this one was surprising. And there's not really too much to talk about because it was kind of an action chapter. There was a lot of fighting. 90% of it was fighting. So it's one of those chapters that it'll probably be a lot better in the animated series version than the manga version, but I still think it was a good chapter. The chapter starts off with Jalal talking to Woltir about what Lucy said, and Jalal said something about it bothered him, that it didn't make sense. It was kind of weird. I don't get what they're talking about because she didn't even say anything. She started to say something and then she collapsed. For all we know, she might have said that the country is going to throw a parade or whatever. She didn't say anything, so we don't know. But anyway, they resume the fight between Erza and Kagra, and you're thinking this is going to be a pretty good fight. They're just going to be fairly equally matched and exchanging blows, and it's going to be really interesting. And instead, Erza just completely gets her ass kicked. That's 90% of what this chapter is just Erza getting her ass beat by Kagra. Everything she does is just pow, pow, pow. She just gets her ass kicked. So I found that very surprising, because Erza is one of these characters throughout the series that she just never gets her ass kicked. It just doesn't happen no matter who she fights. She's been in trouble a few times, but she doesn't just get pummeled like this. But anyway, so they fight for a while, and Erza gets her ass kicked, and at the end, Kagra starts to draw her sword, and they're talking about Jalal, and Kagra reveals the fact that Simon was her brother, and that's why she hates Jalal so much. And Erza says something or other that she's the one that's really responsible because she wasn't strong enough to defend Simon from Jalal. And at this point, Kagra is really enraged. She starts to draw her sword, and all you see at the end, you don't see what happens. You just see some blood that flies up. So it leaves you wondering whose blood it's going to be, which it could actually be a lot of different people. It could be, the most simple answer, it could be Erza. She could have just sliced Erza, but that's not really very likely. It could have been Kagra's blood. Erza could have, defended herself at the last second or something. But I don't think that's too likely either. I think it's most likely that it's someone else jumped in to save Erza, which could be 3 different people. I guess it could possibly be Miliana, but that isn't very likely, since the last we saw her, she was captured by Minerva, so she's probably not even able to jump in there. And then it could be Jalal or Ultir stepping in to save her. Most likely, I think it's probably Jalal out of all those different, but I wouldn't be surprised by a lot of different things. Who knows? The only thing that would surprise me is if she really, sliced Erza and it was that bad. Who knows? Maybe she had a change of heart at the last second or whatever. Fairy Tale isn't normally usually they're not known for real suspenseful kind of chapters, at least not as much as some other series, but I think this one actually has a pretty decent amount of suspense. So I think overall this was a pretty good chapter, but like I say, it was not much of a reader. It was mostly action, so it's one of those ones that'll probably be a lot better when you see it animated. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the chapter, hope you enjoyed the review, and 5 points to anyone who correctly guesses what's going to happen next. Have a good day.